Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, True Crime with Jess Rose. Like I mentioned on my last video, the Gemma McCluskey story, tonight I'd like to look at the story of a young girl called Shanda Sharer. This is quite a difficult one, and you'll see why as I tell the story. But Shanda was born on June the 6th, 1979, and she was born to Steve Sharer and Jackie Voigt. And as she was growing up, her parents did split up, and her dad, with her what would be Shanda's new stepmom, moved to Indiana. Well, Shanda's mom, Jackie, it's a testament to her, really. She moved to Indiana too, so both of them could share custody of Shanda and, give her that, upbringing. And it done her well. She was very studious. She was very popular. She was a cheerleader, all American girl, very pretty. And when Shanda started middle school, which is the equivalent of our secondary school, year 7, I believe, she was 12. And when she started there, she met a girl called Amanda Hebron. Now, there are different, see, I've always seen this story on Deadly Women, but I do know it's been shown on other shows. And there's different versions of what Shanda and Amanda's friendship was, whether it was a relationship or not. But they were very close, but she was only 12, so I don't know, but I know they were very, very good friends. And there was one person that wasn't happy about this friendship, and that was Amanda's ex-girlfriend, Melinda Lovelace. Now, Melinda was 17 and, was very, very jealous of Amanda and Shanda's friendship. Like I say, Shanda was very pretty, she was very popular, she was doing well in school, and Melinda was very jealous of her. She was jealous of their friendship, to the point where Amanda had invited Shanda to a school dance, where Melinda showed up to this dance and got Shanda outside and proceeded to beat her up, and try and give her a hoising. This poor 12-year-old girl, she must have known what hit her. And Amanda, who appears on the show, Deadly Women, as does Jackie Boyd, Shanda's mom, Amanda says that she had to break them up. She actually had to break them up and tell Shanda to run. So this Melinda, it wasn't right from the get-go, and she started to write Amanda letters. Melinda Lovelace did, basically saying, I'm going to kill Shanda Sharer, I hate her, don't ever speak to her. Quite intimidating letters, threatening letters. But Amanda swears on the show that she'd never seen a violent streak in Melinda. Didn't you just say you had to take her off, Shanda? But she says it so. She says that she never knew a violent streak in Melinda, and she didn't take it seriously. She just thought it was bravado and jealousy, and that Melinda would just get over it. But she didn't. So I'm ever so sorry, I just want to get the date right. On January the 11th, 1992, sorry, I just like to make sure I've got the date right. It was 12 o'clock at night, and there was a knock at Shanda's dad's door. Now, it was 12 o'clock at night. Shanda is only 12, so I don't know, was the dad and stepmom in bed and she just happened to hear the door. But she goes to the door, and at the door is Tony Lawrence and Hope Ripley. And she's never seen these girls before. She's never she doesn't know them. They're both 15. So when they say to her, Amanda's in the car, Shanda's got a real soft spot for Amanda. The fact that she doesn't know these girls and has never met them, I suppose because they're young and they're a bit like her, she believed them. And they just told her that Amanda was at the end of the drive. So she goes, she leaves the house. Something that her mum said she would never, ever, ever do. Shanda was a responsible girl. She gets in the car, and when she gets in, there's also a girl there called Laurie Tackett. and she's 17. Again, Shanda's never seen her. There's a person missing in the car, which is Amanda Hevron, who's not there. But who jumps up out of the back seat? Melinda Lovelace, with a knife, straight around Shanda's throat. This poor girl, she was 12. And all of a sudden, she's in a car with 3 people she's never seen before in her life. And another girl who she knows wants to do her harm. She must have been terrified. And they drive her to the woods. And in this particular woodland, there's an old house that the kids used to, go up to and hang out at. And it's called the Witch's Castle. It's a really creepy looking building. You do see it in the show. And they take her there, where they force her to strip. And Melinda and Laurie proceed to beat her. That's all I can say. They just beat this poor little girl. And, I will say child, because she was a child. That's what they did. They weren't much older, but the fact that Melinda was 17 and so was, Laurie, I think Laurie was 16, 17. The age difference between 12 and 17, it's just, although it's only 5 years, maturity-wise, build-wise, everything, there's a big difference. And they're beating on this little girl, and when they get bored or tired or whatever reason, they just throw her in the booth. As they're driving around, they know she's alive, she's banging on the booth. Well, intermittently, for the next 8 hours, they stop the car and continue to beat her. They stab her. They beat her with a tire iron. There was no end to what they did to this poor girl, and can just continue to do so for the next 8 hours, just on and off. Now, Tony Lawrence and Hope Rippey, up until that point, had played no part in it. It was said they thought they were just going to scare this young girl. Don't forget, they lured her out of the house. So they've got a big part to play in this, but they didn't realise how bad it was going to get. And up until that point, they both stayed away. But Hope Rippey, she said that she felt that if she didn't take part, they could possibly turn on her. So she sprayed window cleaner or a detergent of some sort over Shanda. She's cut, she's bleeding, she's hurt, and this girl's spraying her. The only one who did stick to her guns was Tony Lawrence, and she didn't play any part in it, but you're not getting any medals for that. You didn't help her either. You didn't try and stop them, and you lured her out of her home. You can't be there like, I did nothing. Well, you're right, you did nothing. So she didn't join in. They pull her back in the boat, Shanda, and it gets light, and it's coming up to 8 o'clock. So they go to a petrol station, get a bottle of Pepsi, tip it out, pour gasoline in it, drive back to the woods, take Shanda out of the boat. They put like a red blanket over her, and Melinda poured gasoline on her and set her alight. That's what they did. And when they got back in the car to drive off, Melinda didn't think she'd done a good enough job. She wasn't burning quick enough, apparently. So she gets out and pours the rest of the gasoline on Shanda and sets fire again. And they leave, and they don't drive around and stressing what are they going to do. They don't cry. They're not remorseful. They go to McDonald's for breakfast. All 4 of them. They go to McDonald's for breakfast while this little girl's being set on fire. The mentality, you can't grasp it. Or, it's just beyond words. You just can't imagine what she must have felt. So obviously Shanda's dad, Steve Sharer, gets up in the morning, realises Shanda's not there, starts phoning her friends. No one's seen her, no one's heard from her. And in the end, he phones Jackie obviously Shanda's mum, and says, I don't know what's happened. She's just gone. She's just vanished. So Jackie comes round. She was worried because she knew it wasn't something Shanda did. But then she seen Shanda's purse, like a little handbag, on the side, and she knew. Shanda was very, she liked to do her hair and her makeup and things, and she'd never, ever leave the house without this purse. It went everywhere with her. And when she seen that, she just said, we've got to phone the police. She wouldn't have left that. So they phoned the police and report Shanda missing. And that afternoon, there's a farmer walking through the woodland by the witch's castle, and he comes across something burning, and he thinks it's a mannequin at first. And you can't imagine how he must have felt when it dawned on him what it actually was. And of course, when he realises, he phones the police, everyone comes out. The police, although Shanda wasn't recognisable straight away, they had a good feeling that this was Shanda. So they told Jackie instead to prepare themselves. They'd done DNA testing, and it was Shanda. It was, and you can't imagine how the family felt. You can't. And later that night, Tony Lawrence, it's a shame she didn't act, 24 hours beforehand, but she tells her parents what happened, and she goes to the police. And, it was very quick times, really, when you think, it's just, it should have been so much sooner. If Tony just hadn't gone to the house with her. It's really hard, but she goes to the police, explains what happened, and straight away they bring, obviously that's Tony Lawrence, they bring in Laurie Tackett, they bring in Melinda Lovelace, and they bring in Hope Ripley. And straight away they're all kind of pointing the finger at each other, and it wasn't me. It's all very self-preservation at this point. We didn't do it. All just basically turning on each other. They were teenagers. So that mentality did come out when they were all caught. It's just terrible. In the meantime, they find out that Melinda, earlier on that day, had actually confessed to Amanda Heverin of what they'd done the night before. Quite proud of it. Only a couple of hours after she'd done it, she was quite proud of what she'd done. And the expert on the show says it could have been for one of two reasons. Either this proves my love for you and you should be with me, or it was kind of a warning, you will be with me because this is what I'm capable of doing. And even then, that's what I'm saying, Amanda Heverin does appear on the show, and even when telling that story, she says, well, I still didn't believe she did it. It's very much a cop-out, I think, because she didn't go to the police. I mean, she would have found out before Tony Lawrence had gone to the police. She would have found out before then, so she still didn't try and help, that her mum, Jackie, on the show does say that there should have been 5 people accused of Shanda's murder, not just 4. She believes Amanda Heverin played a very big part in Shanda's death. So they all are, they're all charged with Shanda's murder, and they all plead guilty. And it's just so sad. They all plead guilty. Tony got 20 years, but she was released after 8 in 2000. Hope, who got 60 years, was released after 14 years in 2006. Laurie Taggett, who got 60 years now, bearing in mind the part she played in all of this, she was released in 2018. She was actually released in 2018 after 26 years. It's, she got 60 years, and she's out. 3 of them are out now. And Melinda Loveless, quite rightly, she got 60 years and she's still in prison. And I think that girl should be. The others they were all part of it. But without Melinda, they would never have been there, because none of them knew Shanda. None of them have ever met her. You know, so Melinda is still in prison. Another sad part of this story is that Steve Sharer, Jackie said, never got over it. Don't forget, Shanda was at his home. He was looking after her. He never got over it. And he, a couple of years later, actually drank himself to death. She said that he did everything but put a gun in his mouth. You know, he didn't want to be alive after she'd gone. And it just the ripple effects of what they did have just reached far and wide. It's just awful. Now, Melinda, like I say, is still in prison. But over the years, there's been, you know, do-gooders, I suppose, because Melinda did have a really rough upbringing. Her dad beat the mom, you know, abused Melinda. She had a very rough upbringing. It's been proven. And does that excuse it? Does that excuse what she did? They say she was taking, you know, out the pain she had on a child. I don't think that excuses anything, and certainly not what they did. And there was a bit in the show where the mom, it's very upsetting, where the mom said she didn't want to hear a lot of the details that happened. No one wanted to tell her, more to the point. And she actually found out on television, on the news, that Shanda had been alive when they set fire to her. She was actually burnt alive because the pathologist said that there was actually soot on her lungs. So she was breathing when they did that. And the mom found out that on the news. Not that no one wanted to tell her, and she, you know, you wouldn't want to hear that, and that's how she found that bit out. And to hear that, and then to hear, oh, I've had a bad upbringing. It sounds like I'm, you know, saying that domestic violence and, you know, everything she went through is okay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it can't be an excuse. It can't be. Not for that. Yeah, I feel quite strongly on that one, as you can tell. Really, really sad story. And yeah, although it was, you know, a long time ago, it'd be 27 years this year, I think. I just feel that one, you know, again, shouldn't be forgotten, especially seeing as those 3 women have been released. They're right. They all swear they're reformed, and I think it's terrible, I do. But that was my opinion and chat on the Shanda Sharer story. And if you've got any comments or anything, just pop it in the box. I will pop a link in as well, because she was such a pretty girl. In the photo, she actually looks older than she is, because in the 90s, it was the big hair. So she does look a bit older, but she's, you know, I've seen other photos where she's got her hair back and she's got such a young face. You know, such a pretty girl. I will put a link in the box. And if you'd like to subscribe or anything, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you for joining me.